Hey everyone, good morning, ni hao, kumusta? Today we are going to be making a Filipino dish called Tortang Talong. So basically what Tortang Talong is, think about it just a eggplant omelet, right? So there's a lot of different ways to make it out there. I'm going to just show you the way that I make it and what I've enjoyed. First we're going to start off with 2 eggplants. We're going to make 2 dishes. Now the eggplants that they have here in Shanghai are fairly big, so we found small to medium. So we got our 2 eggplants. With each eggplant, we're going to be using 2 eggs, scrambled. I have some Worcestershire sauce. I got some minced garlic. We have some black pepper, soy sauce, and olive oil for the frying. Now, what I see when I try to look up this recipe is people usually will put the eggplant on the stovetop and try to cook it from the burner. I actually don't like doing that on our oven here in Shanghai just because it freaks me out a little bit. So what I've been doing is I actually put it in the oven. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to make some holes in the eggplant on both sides. I got my oven preheated already. Now, I don't do this to the exact T, I kind of do it Irwin style. So I just have the oven on. It's around, I don't know, 400 some degrees at the moment. What we're going to do here, we're just going to stick it in the oven. We got Yoshi and Bowser here. So that's going to go in the oven, and that'll stay there for, let's call it, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And basically all I'm looking for in terms of its cooked, I take a look at the skin, is a little bit charred, just a bit. And I rotate it every now and then, and basically I kind of eyeball it. So if you're someone that wants exact time, sorry I don't have that, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so our our eggplant is actually out of the oven now. So if you take a look at that, that's kind of like what it would look like, I'm assuming, if you had it on the fire burner, a little bit of charred. So all we're gonna do, cool down a little bit, and we just strip these guys off to expose our eggplant. And voila. Now what we're gonna do, I like flattening out the eggplant just a bit, so that way when it goes into the frying pan, it is set to go. So I don't mash it too hard, you just kind of flatten it out, just like so. Now, I've already got 2 eggs in there. Okay, now, this is going to be a point of preference for some of you guys here. Alright, now I tend to just kind of take my soy sauce and take my Worcestershire sauce and just kind of throw it in there. So, I'm just going to take the Worcestershire sauce. I'm just going to sprinkle some in there, just to some liking. With the soy sauce, I'm gonna try doing just a tablespoon today to see how that comes out. Again, for some of you on preference, if you like it salty, maybe a little bit more soy sauce. If you like not so salty, just a little bit. We're just gonna put that in. Maybe we'll just go a little bit more because the missus likes it with a lot of soy sauce. We'll mix that up. So you got the egg, soy sauce, some Worcestershire sauce in there. And then all we're gonna do, we're gonna take our eggplant and plop it in, let it soak for just a bit. And while that's soaking, I am going to set up our frying pan. All right, so we got our frying pan set up here. I got some olive oil in there. I guess you can put whatever oil you have. That's just what we got right now. I like mine with a little bit of minced garlic, so I'm just gonna throw some minced garlic in there. Let that fry up a bit. All right, so we got our garlic in there sizzling a little bit. We're gonna take the eggplant and we're just gonna plop that eggplant right in. A little extra piece here. Pop that in. And then pretty much we're just gonna pour the rest of the egg on in there. And we're just gonna let that sit. So we're gonna let that sit I don't know, a minute or two, or just kind of play with it. For me, I like to have the back side of it get pretty hard, and then you're just gonna kind of flip it over the sides like an omelet. Once you're done with that, we'll flip it over to the other side and we'll take a look at it. Taking a sneak peek how it's going underneath there. Probably have that cook a little bit longer before we flip it. Alright, so we're gonna just play around here. We're gonna flip that over just a bit there. I'm gonna take this side, flip that guy over. And then from here, just depending on how yours is shaping up, doesn't really matter what you need to do, but we're just gonna take our eggplant and we're gonna try to. This is the hardest part that I always have. Flip that over. So you can see it's a little bit broken, but it's not too bad. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, it looks like we are just about done here. We'll grab our plate, plop that in. And there you have it. That is your Filipino Tortang Talong.